over here, this is the stocks group. I don't know how the stocks have been going on your side, but I know I shared one video. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to. My next steps are I'm going to have to get more. I'm going to have to get how you say. Well, let me just say what I did. Like the past days, I created new groups. One was called the DMV area, which is some say Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, or some people say it's Washington D.C. The capital USA, Maryland, which is the surrounding area in Virginia. But we'll say it's like it's an area where a lot of Igbo people were dropped off during slavery, starting in Virginia, and then they spread out. So there was even on Clubhouse there was a tourism network. I don't know. They're kind of debating me on which way to go. But I was telling them that there's already movements trying to connect to Igbo land. They're trying to do tourism and business, but I said there was political organizations. They're trying to get like a tribal status. They're trying to be recognized as their own government over here in USA. So I've been talking with all of them, but they're never in the same room. I said I'm going to try and step away from Clubhouse, but
Yeah.
to stay on Facebook and then maybe even YouTube, because when I'm on Clubhouse, sometimes I shouldn't be on there, but it's like if I take that energy and focus here, I think we'll get further. But that's what I think. But there's right now I'm seeing there's maybe some arguments or disagreements over here in the USA with the way we should
Oh.
go. So this morning I'm going to put together a chat. It's only going to be USA people, but I'm going to tell them that we're ready to move, and so I'm going to try to build up those groups. The DMV group, we have the Jacksonville group. We're going to try not only build up the groups, but actually have activities. Maybe around the stocks. I have to talk to people about the stocks. That's going to be a hard conversation. I think I have to figure out how to do it to get more information on the stocks. Maybe we have to do things locally here, or we have to get on maybe radio stations to talk about it, the plans, and just we really have to focus that stocks is going to anchor it a lot of the conversation, because even talking about stocks, you get into this conversations with richer people or people with more money, and then if somebody's focus is farming, maybe you'll find a network where people farm. It's all about having the same structure and being in the same network. So we have 3 regions here in the USA, and then one region connects to Haiti. That's 4 regions. And then I think Igbo land and Gabon, that's 2 more regions. So I think that's 6 regions right there. And then I said Borgu and Bornu, that's 2 regions. The Nile and the Niger River and Senegambia River, that's 2 regions. And then the last region would probably be the Australia and India working together. And that's probably they're going to be doing import export. They have connections.
Yes, my lord.
They actually
Yes, my lord.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask what exactly is the issue with the USA?
Well, the USA, like I don't know. Have you ever heard of Malcolm X?
Yes, my lord.
Well, you know he was an activist. He was talking about black people. He came out from an organization called the Nation of Islam, also known as the Tribe of Shabazz. Coming out of slavery, first a lot of people were taught to be Christians, but then they said let's try Islam, since it's more connected to it's more popular in Africa and in Arabia. So they said they're going to teach Islam, and then some of the leadership, the Malcolm X had a disagreement with them. He said they weren't using the organization the right way, and he split with them. And then he started going to Africa and the continent, and he was trying to build people. He was trying to build I would say like his own. He was saying he was building with people who said that the USA should give them black people 5 states so they could govern themselves and talk to Africa and the Caribbean and have black power, black government in the USA. So they wanted 5 states. And that that was 60 years ago now. almost 60 years ago. So it hasn't worked. So my position is we have the stock market instead of these jobs. Let's try and get a lot of this stock market where we're rich. Maybe some people are making maybe 30K, 30,000 US a year. Maybe that's good for some people. So I'm saying,
Yeah, my
can we
lord.
get to?
I think over here, I told you we have some applications that simplified investing in stock companies. I didn't mean I have funds. I think now by now I could have invested in the stock market because I have the application.
No, no, the leadership. So the leadership, like I haven't gotten to the point yet. So the leadership said that they should have 5 states, right?
Yeah.
But the disagreement was like you don't have the capacity to govern 5 states. Like maybe you only have 10 people, and they're not working together like they need to work 5 states. They're not working with other people in Africa or the Caribbean. They don't have, even in Africa. We don't have. We have our ethnic groups. We don't have 5 states to each ethnic group. We might have maybe a local government area or something like that, but they're not even talking to the local government area, or they're not talking to the king. So that's one of the disagreements, that they're just doing this activism and they're not talking to people. So they're not responsive. So now when you respond to people, it's like added responsibility. So you have to be on time. You have to answer calls. You have to pick calls.
Hello, good afternoon.
Greetings, brother.
Hello, good afternoon.
Gre-
She's around, Prince Yakubu.
Yeah.
Greetings.
You're welcome, my brother.
Greetings. We were just talking about our updates of like the stock market. We're saying it's a.
Hello.
Greetings. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good afternoon, brother. How's everything? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Everything's going all right. We're just giving updates. What's
The network seems to be fluctuating.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on? What's going on here is there's basically there needs to be more responsibility, I guess.
Can hear you, but the network seems to be fluctuating.
Prince Yakubu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, my lord.
Okay, let's just keep going. But basically, I'm saying, let's say it's like this: if in the USA, if there's let's say 10 people in a city that want to work with us, and then we have to coordinate with them to grow the program. So I was saying, can we get like we have Borgu Empire News? Can we start?
Sir, come again.
Hello. Well, I was saying we have Borgu Empire News. We have different news outlets where we can start talking to each other and spreading the message, and that will get people going, growing in interest, and then the stock market will come on board. Right now, we haven't had any interviews. We haven't been on each other's platforms. That's the issue, really. To keep it simple, we have to be on each other's platforms. You know what I mean? So, because that's promotion. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I think the other brother dropped off. His network is flexible.
Yeah.
So, do we have any updates on the... I know I have Henry offered me a chance to promote ourselves, but maybe even I'd have to pay that myself because things aren't moving as fast as I thought. But what about the Borgu Empire News? Can I have an interview on there? Just to make...
Yeah, my lord, you can.
Okay, how will we do that?
I will talk to the CEO so that we can schedule an interview.
Okay, I have to.
What CEO, Mr. Yakubu? What CEO? What CEO? Sorry, I'm online now. What CEO are you talking about?
Borgu?
No, we're talking about an interview.
Yeah, we're talking about promoting ourselves on different platforms. So there's a Borgu Energy News, which
there's a Borgu Energy News that we paid for.
Mm-hmm.
So we have time. We have an airtime there.
So we could just start interviewing people, like what are our goals in life, and Borgu is many people don't know, but it's in 8 countries. So there's a chance that people across different countries in Africa will see it. Oh, this is the movement, and then they'll start to promote it. So we haven't had one interview yet, or we haven't been on different media outlets. But we have a map, and Borgu is one of 9 key areas that we said could cover a whole region of Black people. So we're expecting Borgu to cover really Borgu and Bornu. We said could cover the most of Northwest and Northeast Africa, and then we said Igbo and Gabon. That relationship could cover the whole Bantu, Southern Africa. So it's only 3 regions, and that's why these groups sometimes are small. But once we start to get the interviews out, we believe we'll start to populate more, get bigger. So it's like Borgu, like even I don't know, maybe Brother Cyprian could be on an interview and talk about his experience. I don't know, even if we or we interview people like the Borgu Book Club and tell them about what's going on, or just interviewing normal people, it would help. I think it would help just to have more articles. But I don't want to make the CEO tired. But we can also interview people over here. It just depends what people want. I could do an interview to get things started. But I also need to get more people here. Yesterday I organized more Facebook groups, and now I just have to start getting people to participate. I organized, I think, the last one, which Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia. I'm starting to tell them to start getting in the groups. We're going to be working together, and we're going to have to be more responsive.
My Lord,
yes.
There's one thing that has been bothering me. I observe sometimes because typically maybe on stocks or some other things, but immediately you get to the USA box, they sometimes argue and get jealous about it. So I don't know how we're going to get rid of that.
The USA people arguing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is actually, that's an issue because the stock market people, they're like, they're individually, they're very successful. But even what it is like they've never been organized to the degree we're talking about. They've never really been organized. So what we're going to have to do when we talk to them, I'm going to have to tell them that we have like these shirts and these emblems. They're going to have to put them out because the emblems, a lot of them say that they have to organize with the church. The church is like their biggest organization, but because of the religion and because of the tension, they don't even want to talk to them. So, but it's like if you go into the church and you say these are the African books, these are what we need to learn. Like we need to learn stocks. Can we use your computers? They'll do that. But it's like sometimes if you haven't had that, you haven't used that strategy before, and maybe you've been insulting the church and stuff, or you've been insulting the mosque. Maybe you burned the bridges and now you have to be more humble. And some people can't do that. So it's like the church and the mosque are the biggest organizers. So when I talk to them, I'm telling them this is our program with the stocks, and this is going to be our teachers. We have to start to pay for these classes and talk about it, and then it will start to grow. But also, I'm going to make that call, and I'm going to put those groups together and see who comes out. But we also have to go on these interviews. Like if anyone's ready to do an interview, I could give you the contacts and they'll start to spread. Like the Sankofa Revolutionary Radio is one. That's one that's I think's reliable. I can't think of other ones at the moment. But there are other interview places. But we're going to have to go into the stocks. In Jacksonville, we have Caribbean Power Radio. We have the New Black Panther Party have their own media. I think there's one in Washington, D.C., but I think they had a split with the Black Panthers. So I have to bring some of them together, but we're saying we're going to have to take over the church facilities and maybe Africanize them, teach the African culture instead of religion and the business books and put everything together. So it's these groups, you see Jacksonville is the biggest group. There's another one that's in Memphis. Really, they haven't really organized that group. So we have 3 regions in the USA and 1 in the Caribbean with Haiti as the headquarters. But Haiti, I see some of them, they're not even picking the calls or organizing. So So we just a little bit more patience. I'll bring the if we my main thing is we need to get onto media now and spread the word. So that's the main thing. If anyone could do interviews, I can do an interview. If anyone could do interviews, we could put them connect people to people who do interviews. Uh, we could also use these rooms to talk with people. But yeah, I think we want to keep it to stocks because a lot of times people will start to say they'll say other business ideas, but then they'll disappear. They won't be able to respond or handle any business ideas. So if you get stock market, it frees up your time. It's a long process, but it frees up your time, and you start to have more money. So it's no excuses. You start to have more money and more time. So that's where we need to get to. Over here, it's not popular yet. A lot of these ideas aren't popular yet, but we have to get them in order. So right now, this morning, I'm going to talk to some of the elders over here, and some of them are even arguing over the organization. I'm going to tell them the plan, and whoever sticks with it, then we'll move forward. And the next calls we have will be about that. But at this point, it's really no point in really having another call unless we start to have you guys appear on media. Like, because the idea is to get more people. These people don't know stocks here, the activists. We don't know the stocks yet. So it's like if we have a group where we're teaching stocks, some of them won't even take it seriously. We have to have media. That's why we purchased Borgu News Empire, and we have to start to have people come on the media who are serious. If we just create these groups, it'll be like some of the people in these groups aren't serious about what we're doing. So it becomes a little bit, it slows us down. We can't just, it slows us down. That's what I'm saying. We have to have the media.
Yes, my Lord. I think that is the issue.
No, there's one outlet I think that's serious, and over here in USA, and I said it before. It's the Sankofa Revolutionary Radio, and I think I don't know who. Maybe only Prince Yakubu could go on, maybe, or I don't know who else would go on. But they said they're ready for a long time, and that was I think 6 months ago, but we weren't ready. So. I
think, my Lord, at this point, if they are ready, I think at this point we should appear there.
Okay,
we should schedule that. We should schedule a time for them.
I don't know if they'll still receive us. I think maybe if you, we have a Facebook group. I think if you talk to them or the one guy, and you schedule it, then you'll just appear. I don't know if they can record it on YouTube or something. If we can have a video. We just talk to them about our progress, basketball. Yeah, well, that could get things started because a lot of times they like to hear from us, but then they think they have other options. Like one time, it was somebody from Zimbabwe who said that they're going to do A, B, and C, and then they disappeared. They don't have the consistency that I have because I'm saying that we have headquarters that cover the whole continent. Instead of them working with Gabon, they'll just say they want to work with Zimbabwe, and then they can't organize as fast as we can, and they're always busy with local ideas. We need big groups, so that's just it. If we could schedule on. I think we know we can do Borgu Energy News. We could do that.
We can do that, my Lord.
I think we should focus on that one for now, and then maybe I talk to the people over here, and we'll see if we could get more media. And I know Prince Yakubu could come on. I know brother. The other brother keeps dropping. That's one of the issues with media. They don't have a good connection. So
that's one of the issues.
So that's just it. Even I don't know. Would you want to try something called a YouTube Live? You have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
Have you ever tried to get people, audience on YouTube?
Not really, my lord. Maybe we can use the Borgu Energy News YouTube live interview. We can use that.
Maybe we have to create something called Borgu Empire News because we want to make sure that it matches the emblem and people start to realize what an empire is. Because Borgu Empire, now we could say it's 8 countries, 7 or 8 countries, and people say, oh, we're bringing all the countries together. And if we just say Borgu Energy, people aren't going to understand that Borgu is an empire. But the more they see that emblem, the more they're going to understand what we're doing. We're bringing all the communities together. We want to hear their ideas. We want to own our resources and develop ourselves. That emblem, that name is very important. Borgu Empire. So.
Okay, my lord. Oh, can I create maybe a YouTube channel with the name?
Yeah, Borgu Empire News. We have the emblem. And I think maybe we could even try and test it out right now, like a YouTube Live. I know I could do YouTube Live, and maybe I could try to invite you. I don't know if you, and then I think maybe that will even be another avenue. Instead of Clubhouse, we do YouTube Live, or and Facebook. Because I've been talking to these guys who are going overseas, but I think I don't like the disagreements that we're having over basic the autonomy.
Yeah, my lord, that is one of the issues that is delaying us.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to keep growing, but so people are going to come to us and they're going to try and change our plan slightly, but we can't change our plan. So
at this point.
Yeah, what I'm going to do, I guess we could end the call. We could try YouTube Live. Borgu Energy News is the I think Borgu Empire News is a big one we want to just focus on. Because matter of fact, because YouTube has a large platform of people who talk about these similar ideas, but they don't know us. And I think if they're on YouTube and they see people's faces and they see that there's ways to make money on YouTube, I think people will be more honest. Like on Clubhouse, people will say promise one thing, or WhatsApp people will promise one thing, but because maybe 100 people didn't see their face, they'll turn around and not follow through. But when people see your face, they could hold you accountable, or they could say, I like the idea, I'm going to replace that person. So when the person thinks they could get replaced, then they'll be more accountable because they don't want to be replaced. But if that's not truth. When people think they could be replaced, sometimes they're more responsible. So we should. I think that's it. It's just we do the interview, Borgu Energy News, and maybe we have a Borgu Empire News, and we have a YouTube page where we could go live.
Yeah.
I think that'll be better. I think
Borgu Energy News, they have their own YouTube page too.
So I think if there could be a Borgu Empire News too, where I think if we have Borgu Empire News, it'll be better because energy is more like maybe it's talking about like local electricity or roads and roads.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about.
I think our emblem is Borgu Empire News, so we're going to use our emblem for the YouTube channel.
Yes, that'll cover.
Yeah, instead of Borgu Energy News, we use Borgu Empire News.
Yeah, and at the top you saw that there's at the top of the map I sent a new map where it says Borgu Empire News.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's Borgu Empire News in the middle, then it's Igbo land beneath, but at the side it has how would you say? It has Australindia, which is there's Black Panthers connections there from Hawaii. There's a lot of African Americans who are interested in freedom, and it's interesting. It's African Americans, it's the native Black people in India, and the Panthers, and then even people who are kidnapped from Africa and India. It's a lot of interesting connections, but a lot of the common issue is that maybe the lighter skinned Asian people have privilege over the darker skinned ones. So they're gonna come together soon or sooner or eventually, but we want to focus on I guess, the Borgu Empire News and seeing who could come on. Maybe even the people from West Papua could come on eventually.
Yeah.
So we'll start to see if we got Borgu Empire News, and then maybe over here we decide if we can, man, we just have to start getting people on Borgu Empire News. We could start that, and maybe later people will come up with their own media ideas. But we need to start there, I think.
Yes, my lord. I'll do something about the Borgu Empire News.
Okay. Can we end the call? Maybe we just try a YouTube live. I don't know if you're on YouTube. I think I subscribed to you, right?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Can you post your YouTube channel in the chat, and then we'll see if we can move forward.
No problem, my lord. I'll do that right away.
Okay.
Let me see.
And maybe we could convert this group to a Facebook group. You know, where I have one called Team Ishi. Team Ishi. We could convert this group to a chat. You know what I mean? It's like a Facebook group chat. I think that might be better.
Yes, my lord.
All right, thank you. I'll see. And this one, the one we'll do is probably going to be connected to Haiti, or we'll say we're going to move it from USA, the ideas to Haiti, and then Nigeria, Gabon, everyone else could come on board. But we'll figure it out. I'll get off right now and try YouTube.
All right, my lord.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, my lord.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Peace.